Okay, I am live. I apologize for that. That was a little bit of technical difficulty because I didn't have a proper setting on my StreamYard, so it wasn't streaming out to YouTube or what have you. And then, of course, now I don't see my phone. I do again apologize. Uh, uh, and this is me coming to you guys live from the Pink House, talking about some very exciting things coming up. And that is about rebranding and why I felt it was necessary to rebrand the Pink House. The images and the logo and things that are associated with the Pink House. Bear with me, guys. It's like, of course, at the time I'm ready for this live. At the live, the phone is going off. It's real life, right? Isn't that what we say? But anyway, so here I am. Yeah, in January, last month, the 7th of the month, the Pink House was 1 year old. And like anything, if you think about a child from that infant stage to the toddler stage to then, and as they grow, changes happen. They get more responsibility when they show you they're ready for certain things. And so you grow and shift and change along with them to help to be able to satisfy and suit the needs they may have. And it's no different. I've discovered with this YouTube channel, it's no different than with the channel because when I started out a year ago, I knew nothing. I was in a that like incubator stage of trying to absorb what I could from a program that I took, and being able to utilize the tools that were imparted to me to try to grow this channel, and then to on my own continue to learn, continue to be a student of creative content, digital content, not just be satisfied in my own thing, but looking and learning from watching other content creators. And so you're continually a student of content because your goal, at least my goal, is to try to produce and put out the best content possible. And so, some of the questions might be so, okay, what's important? What is the importance of a brand? The first thing when you have a brand, you have to have a brand identity, and that identity um, actually will help you to drill down or have more clarity for the vision of what your brand would be. And so for me initially, the discussions that I had regarding the Pink House, it was representative of like a greenhouse. A greenhouse is an area that's used where when you have the right temperature, the right soil, the right nutrients, you're going to grow the best vegetation, you're going to grow the best flowers because you're nurturing it and you're giving it all that it needs. So translating that in my mind is how I came up with the Pink House as far as women, because women go through a lot personally on so many levels. If you're experiencing a disease process such as breast cancer or anything, because if you've been a subscriber of the Pink House channel, you see that we feature not just only cancer survivors, but people that are dealing with all different types of disease processes. We had a young lady last week, and her disease process was Pompe muscular dystrophy. I'd never heard of it before, and it was fascinating. It's a disease that normally affects young children, but she and her sister both have the adult onset. And then we had a young lady several months ago who lives with fibromyalgia. And it's called the invisible disease because people can't see it. And so they don't understand the excruciating, severe pain that an individual can be in all the time. And so we feature not just breast cancer survivors, but of course, that's important to me because I myself am a breast cancer survivor. And so, it's all types of any type of disease process, for educational purposes and for awareness. Because the thing is, a lot of times, sometimes if people don't have those experiences themselves, they don't often show the proper empathy, or they can't really relate to an individual. A lot of people can't relate to someone with fibromyalgia because they can't see the pain. And so we had a good visual that that young lady gave at the time that showed that if you could see what it looked like, this person's back and body was bruised from head to toe. I mean, it was just bruises everywhere, and it just looked so painful. So it helped you have some imagery to understand so that people can have more compassion. Because oftentimes, when people don't understand something, they're not as compassionate as they could be in dealing with individuals. And I know for myself, I have severe DJD, which is degenerative joint disease, in both my knees. They're just shot. I've had enough providers tell me that, and so years ago, I can remember as they were steadily progressing and getting worse. If, I was having a really bad flare up or something, and, you said that, people would give you looks, or, you could like almost hear them saying, like, oh, well, she didn't look that bad, what have you, and it just happens. That's the reality of it. If you're living with anything, that is the reality of it. People, if they're not experiencing it personally, they don't really understand. And oftentimes, they don't display or show the proper empathy to people with these issues. And so that is one of the reasons the Pink House loves to feature and highlight people in various walks of life with various disease processes, syndromes, symptoms, what have you, so that it could create an atmosphere of awareness out there in the community. And so that when we come in contact with somebody, now we might, oh, wow, yeah, I know a little more about this Pompeii MD. I know a little more about fibromyalgia. Man, I really have a clear understanding of the 1 in 8 women will 1 in every 8 women will develop breast cancer. I have a better understanding and awareness because of something I saw at the Pink House. And so that is one of the purposes, is to bring you these segments to enlighten you. But the other purpose is to have segments that for people that are dealing with those issues, they can have some creativity in their life from some of the other things we feature. On Wednesday, it used to be a word game. And we ended that series as the year ended. So we did that for a whole year. And so now we're doing Pinkhouse riddles. And so that's proven to be very fun. A riddle drops every Wednesday, and then you have 6 days to try to solve the riddle and post your answer. And whoever posts the answer first, they win a prize. And so that's something else to help people just have a little fun, because sometimes when you're dealing with these disease processes, it's weighty, it's heavy, and we try to offer an opportunity to just take a break from it. And so when you look at the brand, when you look at the logo, the banner on the YouTube channel, it's a house, or it gives you the shape, or something similar that looks like a house. Sometimes when I look at it, it reminds me of a almost like a spade or something in a deck of cards, but it gives you that shape so you can get the sense that it's a house. But that's basically been it. There was a little pink in it, and so that basically was it. And so as I have grown, I think my brand and should grow as well. And so, when you're trying to build a brand, sometimes it can be intimidating, it can be overwhelming, because you don't want to come across as inauthentic. You want, when people see the brand, that they really see you. And so what I've been doing for the last, I will say, maybe like the last 6 months of this year, is really exploring my brand's identity and trying to really select a brand that captures the vision of what I see the Pink House is doing. Because, like I said, not only to help women that have are experiencing, any type of disease process, or are recovering from any type of trauma, be it childhood sexual abuse, be it abuse in a relationship with someone, whatever it is, this channel is developed and being developed to try to help people nurture themselves to be whole again. Because when you have these experiences, for instance, when you suffer childhood sexual abuse, your growth sort of stunts at wherever you are when that happens. So if you're young, you're a teen, preteen, or what have you, then it takes you almost a lifetime of dealing with those issues to help you when you become an adult, to try to melt those pieces of your personality that sort of have shattered, come back together to become whole again. And that's part of what the Pink House uh, tries to do too. And they are challenging issues because, somebody could, let's say, be in remission or cancer free for a number of years. And then lo and behold, something could happen, and maybe they're going through that process again. And so there's always a need for us to try to support one another, because you never know what somebody is dealing with during their day. And so I want people to be able to recognize whatever brand logo I picked, whatever brand verbiage I use, to recognize, oh man, this is coming from the Pink House. I feel secure in this. I recognize this. This is a safe space to be in. I have fun here, those things. And so it's a way to offer our subscribers so that they can recognize instantly or perceive what the Pink House is all about. So, whatever imagery that I would select when I was doing this reflection process, I wanted it to be something to help individuals know, oh, yeah, this is the Pink House. Look at that. And in doing that, I wanted it also to be able to communicate what our values are here at the Pink House, our beliefs, and what our mission is. And so that means a brand has to do a lot. Your logo and everything has to do a lot. And I just didn't feel that my initial brand that I have is doing that. I felt as I'm growing, as the channel is growing, as more people are coming to the channel, more ideas, we got more segments rolling out, different things. I felt like the brand, the logo that you see out there was not as expansive as what the channel is doing now. And so that was another reason why I've been in this self reflective stage, trying to really narrow down what my concept was and what I wanted the brand to look like. Because when you establish a business, a YouTube channel, um, whatever your concern is that you are crafting and coming up with, that brand then becomes its own identity or entity. It becomes its own entity, like it has its own life. And so the brand for that entity, so the brand for the Pink House, the logo, the imagery, those things that you see, what you hear, those are the things that are the voice of the Pink House out in the world. And so, it requires some responsibility as well, because if your message is a serious message, you want to be able to answer that message uh, properly. And so, not that anything was in itself wrong with the brand and the logo that I had for the Pink House, but it was the baby stage, so to speak. It was that toddler stage. And so now I've just grown emotionally, mentally, since I've had the channel more. And so it's just put me at a different space in time and at a different level. And so the brand has to grow with it. It just has not been matching up for me for a long time. And so through whatever branding you select or whatever, that is how your business comes to be recognized and comes to be known and what it stands for. And so what one of the things that has really required during this process is for me to really get to know the little nuances and personality of the Pink House so that you all could see that when you see the new logo, when you see the new branding imagery, to recognize that those values, my mission, that all of that comes across when you just look at the brand, before you even hear comments, even when you look at that imagery, to be able to see um, who I'm trying to attract, who I'm trying to serve, who I'm targeting to benefit from these elements that I'm putting together. Because in doing so, it continually helps me. And speaking to the graphic designer that I worked with, one of the things that I just recently told him, because I did a live, just for transparency, I did a live that I was having some tests done and waiting to see, what that will be, what the outcome will be. And one of the things I said to him is that the vision that he captured, that I tried to convey to him, the way he captured it, it reminded me that above all else, I'm still one of those women that need the Pink House. I still need to benefit from what the Pink House offers. Because like I said, at any given point in time in our lives, we could be going through something. And so to have a space in a place where you can go and grow, really basically, that's what it is. Go and grow. Go and grow to try to be a better you. Go and grow to try to let the past stay in the past. You learn the lessons from it. You take away what you can from it, but you don't allow it to continue to rob you of your growth, of your progress, of your maturity in life. So uh, again, foremost, I'm doing this for me as well, because I need to benefit from that. I need to do these things to help me continue to be the best me that I can. And so I feel like in doing so too, in crafting and creating a better brand, because I feel like it's just going to be all over a better brand. In crafting and creating that, I feel like it will deeply help people that I want to attract to the channel to really see more of my heart, to see more of who the channel was designed for. And, you know, it was just really emotional. I can't wait to, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see different elements of it being rolled out. And I can't wait for you all to see it. And really, I want to hear, comments. I want people, when they see the new banner logo go up, I want people to send me feedback and comments of what you think about it. When you see the new graphics and different things, I want some feedback just to see what you thought, because it was awesome to me. It captured my heart. I really feel like the gentleman that worked on the project really captured the essence of what I want the Pink House to stand for and to represent. And so that's why I wanted to come out and have this conversation, so that you all of a sudden wouldn't start seeing things different. Like, oh, what's up? What's this all about? I wanted to let you know. It's a growing process. Just like children, anything you cultivate, you work at, be it plants, uh, vegetation, whatever, it's the growing process. As they grow, they mature. And that's with anything. And so you have to do your part. If it's rose bushes, you got to prune them back. Whatever it is, you got to get the right soil for a particular type of plant. With the bamboos, you have to keep the water good. and just all different things that you have to do to nurture uh, what you're trying to grow. And so just like that, that's what this is. This has been a nurturing and growth process for the Pink House. I have truly, beyond words, appreciated every guest that has come on and shared their story, because not only has it benefited, I think, countless people, regardless of the story, it truly has benefited me. It's given me deeper insights into some people that I've been acquainted with that I really didn't know certain things about them until one of those pink conversations came about. And so I'm really grateful for people being willing to come on and share their story. And it's organic. It's like, um, so it's a real conversation, that's being shared in hopes to benefit uh, myself, the person that I'm having a conversation with, but then everyone else that watches it, even if you don't watch it on the live, but goes back and watch it, because I still have people even now giving me feedback on conversations that have happened in the past. And so, I'm so grateful for individuals being willing to do that, because some people, they too caught up in their own head, so it's like they focus it on them, and then that makes them too shy to want to have the conversation. But like I try to tell them, it's really a conversation with you and me, and you just allowing me to feature it. But everybody's not about sharing like that, and it's okay. But I'm very grateful to those that have. Uh, and like I said, I think going forward, you're going to see some really, because I'm working on this segment called Pinkhouse News. And I mean, it's really some exciting information. I think that's a very important thing, especially for women. Uh, a lot of our women are very mature women, and they're dealing with a lot. And so sometimes they don't always have the resources they need. And so this segment that I'm working on called Pink House News is really great, because it gives them practical information, how to what agency they need to go to if they need this, if they need that. And so I've been really doing some research on certain things, and I'm excited. I've even tested out some of the programs just to see, so I know how it works and I can give firsthand experience. And so that's another new feature that's coming up. And so, like I said, this wasn't going to be a long live, but it was so that you could see going forward, we're going to look different. You're going to see the Pink House in her mature state. Um, and I'm hoping that you like what you see, because it is definitely, it has definitely been working with the designer that I've worked with, a labor of love. And I'm just so thrilled to share it with you guys. And so I wanted to talk about it a little bit before I started rolling the different things out. And so that's what tonight was all about. That we've grown up, and we're walking steady now. And so as a result of that, I just felt like it was time to rebrand and recraft how the channel looks, and hopefully that too in itself will help us to continue to grow. And so I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys tune in, continue to tune in, share, like, comment, share the videos, encourage your friends to hop on, what have you, because we try to have something fun for everyone. And like I said, we Sunday will be the last story in the publication that we featured on Sunday Slowdown. And so the next thing we're going into is for a relaxation moment on Sunday Slowdown is an adult coloring book. You can get it from anywhere, because those are very stress relieving. To cap off the end of a week, sometimes you just need like I won't say mindless, because it's not mindless, even though it's not something like you're not figuring out a neuroscience project or what have you. You still need to think of what colors you want to use, this, that, and the other. But you can go into a zone very easily, and it can help alleviate your stress. If you've got stress built up for the week because of dealing with a disease process, or stuff just didn't work out that well during that week, that's a good way to decompress. And then I got a new gratitude journal that I want to share, so that the easiest way to start journaling is with a gratitude journal. Talk about what you're thankful for. And it doesn't have to be a lot. I have this one called a 1 minute gratitude journal. So you only got enough lines to write something really short about something that you're grateful for. But again, those are things that we recognize that are a part of the Pink House, things to help us mentally and emotionally feel better, to put us in a better space. Because the dark days come. I mean, it's no getting around it. It happens, especially us as women. We deal with so much, we can compartmentalize a lot of things, but every now and then there's a big crash. We may be depressed and not even realize we're dealing with depression. Not even understand that our personality is showing that we're going through I call it the moody blues. Um, you don't sometimes you don't realize it. It just ebbs and creeps up on you, and there you're in it. And so here at the Pink House, we just try to do things that can help snap you out of it a little better or a little easier, and for that I'm grateful for this opportunity, because it really, really has helped me, you know coming out of, on the heels of dealing with breast cancer, what have you, and coming across the individuals that I took a program with to learn more about YouTube and uh, being a content creator. It really, really helped give me a focus. Because when you, again, dealing with a disease process, you just you're all over the place. And so it gave me a focus and a direction. And it's one I know well. Like I said, I just recently had some test results, and I can't really put into words exactly how I was feeling, because it was bizarre. It was like I wasn't really expecting what they said to me when I went yesterday, and so I had to get further tests. But when I came home, I went into one of my breast cancer survivor groups, and I posted in there, you know, everything that was going on. And I cannot tell you now the last count, but the last count that I remember, I know I must have gotten like maybe almost 300 comments of encouragement from women, just, really just being very encouraging, hoping for the best and all of that. And so, it's those type of experiences that fuel why I love the Pink House, why I love uh, doing this, because it's in those moments when you might be having a mini crisis and or what have you, that when you reach out to your community and they reach back. My community really reached back, and they still are. The phone still keeps boop, boop, boop with somebody sending a response, and it's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal, and so I recognize definitely um, the it's like a support beam having that community. And so that's the way I feel about the Pink House community. To all of the subscribers, it's a support beam. When you watch a video and you comment, that's the support. I feed off of that to know what you thought about that. To help whatever individual that's featured that week to understand that, yeah, somebody saw this. Somebody's going to benefit from this, and so that support is you just can't survive without it. And so in these communities that we have, it's so valuable, because I'm telling you, I walked away feeling a whole lot stronger and more encouraged than I did when I first typed out the message. And so that again is the same thing that we want to do at the with the Pink House. Have such content that somebody can come back later on and say, "Oh, let me rewatch this video because it made me feel so good when I watched it, hearing how this lady dealt with this, or seeing what this lady is dealing with on a day-to-day basis. That just made me feel better, to be able to watch how she's coming off victorious and dealing with her issue. Then I can now translate or use some of what she described to help me come off victorious in dealing with my issue. And so, again, you know, it's here, it's coming, it's going to start rolling out. And so, I just wanted to prepare you guys for it, to look out for the new and improved Pinkhouse. You're going to love it. And just thank you for getting me here 1 year later. And so, I really appreciate it. And I want everybody to stay safe and have a good night. And I'll see you guys at Sunday Slowdown. All right. Have a good one.